Hey guys, it's Gamby5874 and today we're going to be slaying Airuts. They're a level 92 Slayer creature and you could get them as a task from Morvran and Prifddinas. They're level 122 and give 800 Slayer experience alongside 2660 combat experience apiece. They're not weak to anything, but they do have two different phases that we'll talk about in a little bit. As far as gear goes, you're going to want standard melee gear. Ideally, you'll have chaotics as a minimum. If you don't have chaotics or higher, then I would just say skip this task. If you do have chaotics, ideally you can have Drygors as well, but something with high attack value and accuracy. If you want to mage them, which is the lesser preferred method, you need tier 90 or higher. Otherwise, it's just going to take way too long to kill them. Like I was saying with the weaknesses, when they're on all fours, like you'll see in the video after all this, when they're on all fours, they're weak to melee and they use range style attacks, and when they're standing on two legs, they're weak to magic and use melee style attacks. So you can slay these in Kuradal's dungeon when you're on a task, and if you're not on a task, you can choose to go to the Piscatoris hunting area. That Piscatoris is ideal for when you're maging them. I am not maging them, so I didn't bother going over there, but it's the same idea, except they're a bit more spread out, so your AoE doesn't pull a whole bunch of them. As far as your prayers go, you're pretty much going to want to exclusively use Soul Split. If you don't have access to curses, it's another one of those recommend you skip this task. I guess you can get by with praying, range, or melee if you switch between the two when they swap, and then just deal with healing and auras. So as far as auras go, I use penance just because they do hit a lot. You'll get prayer back, and every task I've done of these guys, I've yet to even use one dose of prayer potion. So penance definitely helps a lot. You won't need any prayer pots if you choose that route. As far as your inventory goes, bring a super set at least. Extreme set is better, of course, and then overloads is the best. Overloading this task is okay since they do drop quite a bit of items, so you do make your money back if you're worried about that. Bring Alch runes just because they do drop rune items pretty frequently, as well as magic notepaper is what I bring just because I don't have a pack yak. If you have access to a yak, then go ahead and bring that along with your scrolls to bank the bones. And then, of course, just bring some safety food. So notable drops, of course, the Airut bones. Each time they die, they drop one. I use magic notepaper on them, or you can bank them with your pack yak. They drop noted rune and addy bars and U and magic logs. Those are worth picking up because they do add up. Rune items, you could high alch. And then their big thing is the Razorback gauntlets. At the time of this video, they're about 1.9 mil. And you can also get a Tuscan Mask. They drop 5 different pieces of the mask, and once you have all 5, you can get combat or slayer XP. You can bank all the pieces until you have all 5, and then store it that way. They also drop the standard Triskelion fragments and effigies. And now, once you're fighting them, the only thing you're going to want to pay attention to is when they pat their chest. They do their special attack. So this is one of those tasks that you definitely want to pay attention to and not really AFK. Once they pat their chest, they basically use a move like Flurry on you, except you don't get stunned, and they usually hit pretty high. A few times I've let it pass, and they do miss occasionally, but for the most part you're going to be losing a lot of health on those special attacks, so you're going to want Flurry on your action bar. Once you see them pat their chest, you cast Flurry, and then it'll usually stun them, and then you could use another threshold and pretty much one hit KO them from there. Flurry is AoE, so you're going to want to make sure you're either not standing near too many other Airuts, and if you are, just be aware that you're going to have to kill the other ones pretty quickly as well. But since once they're stunned, you can pretty much kill them with one threshold, then that's not too big of a worry. But overall, just turn on Soul Split, turn on Penance, and just keep killing them. They're pretty easy once you're there. They do have pretty high requirements though, so if you don't have at least chaotics and soul split, you could probably get by, but those are all quality of life things that are going to make this task a lot easier. I personally just skipped them until I had soul split and overloads, just because you do get quite a few of them per task, so it's not really worth doing if you're gonna take like a whole minute or two on a single Airit. But hopefully that helped you guys out. It's a fun task, and you do make quite a bit of money from it, and and experience, so it's pretty awesome. So thanks for watching. Comment, like, and subscribe if you enjoyed, and I'll see you in my next video.